Are you tired of Dungeons & Dragons? Now don't get me wrong, Dungeons & Dragons is great. It's what got me into this hobby. However, the more I played, the more I found it didn't really have that vavoom I wanted. Sure, it's a great system to get into, but have you ever wondered what's out there? Well, in today's video, I want to show you guys some of my favorite TTRPGs. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a brand new player, these are the RPG systems that I definitely recommend. My pick for fantasy is Symbaroum. Symbaroum is often described as dark, gritty, and deadly. Set in a land where ancient ruins, eldritch powers, and deadly creatures lurk just beyond the horizon, Symbaroum offers a gritty, high-stakes experience unlike any other. The game takes place in the land of Ambria, a kingdom surrounded by the vast Davokar forest, a place of haunting beauty, ancient ruins, and hidden dangers. In terms of mechanics, this is a D20 roll-under player-focused system. This just means that you're going to be rolling at or under the designated number, and you'll be doing most of the rolling. The character sheet looks like this. You're going to have 8 different attributes listed here. You're going to have different scores that are going to need to roll at or under. There's a whole character creation where you have a point-buy system, or you can auto-assign some numbers here. Next up, let's talk about horror. My pick for horror is Alien. Alien is absolutely fantastic. It's a universe of body horror and corporate brinksmanship where synthetic people play God while space truckers and marines serve host to newborn ghoulish creatures. It's a harsh and unforgiving universe, and you are nothing if not expendable. I really like the panic system where if you fail at something, you panic, different things happen, you're either gonna run away, you're gonna scream, aliens are gonna come towards you, there's different sneaking elements, different weapons and items from the movies that you can use, different enemies such as the xenomorphs, neomorphs. This game does a fantastic job of what the movie delivers. The character sheet's gonna look like this. Super easy. Every number that you see is how many d6s you roll. Every time you roll that many d6s and get a 6, you succeed. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The Alien RPG also offers different types of play. There's cinematic and campaign. Cinematic gameplay is a lot like the movies where they give you pre-constructed scenarios and pre-constructed characters. It's designed to make you feel like you're in the movie. Where campaign play is more open world, where you can go ahead and create your own character, explore the vast universe, and at the end, probably die. Next up, mystery. My pick for mystery is Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week is inspired by monster hunting TV shows like Supernatural, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and X-Files. It's a fast-paced, narrative-driven game where players take on the roles of hunters who battle supernatural creatures, uncover mysteries, and deal with personal struggles, all while trying to save the world from the weird and dangerous. You're essentially playing a TV character. You're going to be playing as the chosen one, or the expert, or the flake, or the goofus, whatever. You're actually going to be playing character tropes. This game does a fantastic job at combat. It's fast, it's fun, it's intense, and every battle and every mystery feels different because it's a different monster each time. They're always going to have a motive, they're always going to have a weakness for you to find. It's just up to you to go explore the world, find them out, and then find them. Each session is going to be different from the last because you're going to be fighting different monsters, finding different mysteries, they're going to have different attributes to them. Each session is going to last 2 to 3 hours depending on how quickly you can solve the mystery. However, just because you are fighting a monster each time, do not think it gets repetitive. It's incredibly fun. There's always going to be an overarching backstory, you have character art. It's just like a season of Buffy. It's awesome, and I can play Xander. Next up, let's talk sci-fi. My pick for sci-fi is Tales from the Loop. In this role-playing game, you play teenagers in the late 1980s solving mysteries connected to the loop. Choose between character types such as the bookworm, troublemaker, popular kid, the weirdo. The mysteries let the characters encounter the strange machines and weird creatures that have come to haunt the countryside after the loop was built. The kids get to escape their everyday problems and be a part of something meaningless and magical, but also dangerous. This is one of my favorite settings in any TTRPG, where it's just close enough to being real and just far enough to being crazy. Tales from the Loop character sheet looks like this. Not terribly too daunting. The way you play this is very similar to Alien RPG because Alien RPG system was based on Tales of the Loop. You're simply going to be rolling a bunch of d6s and trying to get 6s. Next up on the list is slight/comedy. For this we have Honey Heist. Honey Heist is a fast-paced, lighthearted tabletop role-playing game where players take on the role of bears trying to pull off a heist to steal honey from a highly secure location. The game is simple, quick, and full of humor, making it a great choice for a fun, casual gaming experience. Honey Heist is a one-page RPG written by Grant Howitz. If you have not heard of him, I definitely recommend it. He posts a bunch of different RPG systems which are all super cool and super fun. Setting-wise, it's HoneyCon in 2017. You are embarking for a heist of the century. You are going to be stealing as much honey as you can. You essentially have 2 stats, bear, criminal. Bear do bear things, criminal do criminal things. You're only going to be rolling 1d6, at most 2. Whenever you're doing an action, simply roll it. If it's at or under, you succeed. You're either going to be using your bear skill or your criminal skill. If your stats ever become 6, you're pretty much out. If your criminal becomes a 6, you leave the party. If you become a bear, then Animal controls and picks you up in about half an hour. I'll be posting the link down in the description for you to check out. I definitely recommend checking out Grant Howitz. He's fantastic. Next up, indie game. For indie game, my pick is Into the Odd. If you have not guessed it already, I'm a sucker for Free League. Into the Odd is a minimalist, fast-paced tabletop RPG set in a bizarre industrial fantasy world filled with strange technologies, strange creatures, and mysterious powers. The game focuses on exploration, discovery, and dealing with dangerous consequences of a weird, ever-changing world. Players take on the roles of adventurers who seek wealth and power in the world where ancient machines, powerful artifacts, and inexplicable oddities shape the landscape. You'll be going on quests and adventures, either for reward or just for the hell of it. The reason I love this game is because the rules are incredibly simple. It is a roll-under system, just like anything, but you're only going to have 3 different steps to keep track of. Combat is incredibly quick, which is what I love, and it really pushes the weird and narrative in this game. This is what a character sheet can look like. Like I said, it's incredibly simple. You only have 3 different things that you need to worry about: your strength, your agility, and your willpower. There's not much to it in terms of keeping numbers. If you want to roleplay, this is the game for you. There's no bullshitting with anything. You go straight to the point, and the world is incredible. It's fantastic, it's weird, and it's just really fucking awesome. Next up, my personal favorite. My personal favorite is Mork Borg. Again, another Free League one. However, this one I dream about every goddamn day. The art itself is fantastic. It makes you want to be a piece of shit. It is absolutely great. In terms of playing, it is a little bit like Into the Odd. It is very simple, however, it does have a little bit more mechanics, a little bit more to combat. Mork Borg is a pitch-black, apocalyptic, fantastic RPG about lost souls and fools seeking redemption, forgiveness, or the last remaining riches in the bleak, dying world. If you want to play a piece of shit and overcome everything, this is the game for you. In essence, when you play this game, you want to think about what's the funniest way it can die. Fail a check, somebody steals your leg. Mess up your spell, now you have a magical STD. When I think of a fun game, when I think of a setting, this is what I want. This is absolutely my favorite thing. There's a bunch of different expansions. There's also a bunch of sub-games from it, such as Cyborg, Pirate Borg, Corp Borg, a bunch of different Borgs for you to check out. But Mork Borg, this is definitely my favorite RPG for the past few years. Lastly is honorable mentions. My honorable mention is Crown and Skull. Crown and Skull is a player-focused game where you're going to be doing most of the rolling. The GM will barely be doing anything. You'll be rolling for attacks, you'll be rolling for defense. Your health is going to be determined by your skills and your equipment. Every time you take damage, you cross off a skill. If you don't have a skill, you can't do it. If you're out of skills, out of your equipment, you're dead. Combat is also taken a bit differently, where instead of you going in initiative, you're going to be picking when you go. This is a super fun twist that I really like. It makes for a lot more tactical situations. This is a roll under system as well. You're going to be rolling d20, trying to get under your skill check. If my jump is a 5 and I get under a 5, I succeed. If I get above a 5, I can't jump. If I don't have the skill jump, I can't jump. This makes for a really unique system, which I think deserves a little bit more attention. I won't go too much into this, as I did make a core concepts video on this TTRPG system. Just know that it is a lot of fun. It kind of breaks from the norms, and I definitely recommend it. All right, guys, so these are my picks for each section that I kind of decided to talk about. You know, horror, indie, sci-fi, all the stuff I actually care about. I definitely recommend trying at least one of these. I've not had a bad time with any of these systems. I guarantee you won't either. If I did not mention your favorite RPG system, please put them in the comments below. I want all these systems to get as much recognition as they can. However, that's it for this. Be safe out there and have fun.